From powerful earthquakes that shake the ground beneath our feet to landslides and flash floods that completely reshape the landscape, every clip in today's video shows how nature can rewrite the world in the blink of an eye. Let's begin the journey. Nature never needs much time to remind us that its power reaches far beyond anything we can fully control. Which natural disasters are most common in the United States this time of year? In just a few seconds, nature completely reshaped an entire mountainside in a way no one could stop. Some days a road carries more than traffic. It also has to withstand a river of rock and earth pouring down from above. The truck driver must have been terrified watching this unfold right in front of him. Thank God, the most important thing is that every worker made it out safely. Don't let clear skies fool you. Even after the rain has stopped, unstable ground can continue to shift and trigger landslides. The good news is that everyone was okay, but this is definitely not how experts recommend handling a situation like this. When people carve roads through mountains, they're not just cutting through rock, they're working alongside the immense power of nature. The view is breathtaking, but it also makes you wonder, is this the Earth speaking in its own way? The greatest value of this footage isn't just the rare event it captured, it's that the person filming stayed at a safe distance. Living surrounded by dramatic mountain scenery sounds amazing, but would you build your home on the side of a steep slope? Think the ground beneath your feet never moves. This moment proves that our planet is constantly changing in remarkable ways. Mother Nature seems to be reclaiming her territory, reminding us that we never truly own the land beneath our feet. During the earthquake, the lake churned as if a giant force beneath the earth were stirring it from below. It's only when the ground starts shaking that we truly realize how small we are compared to the power of nature. Sometimes a collapse is only the final chapter of a story that began long before anyone noticed. Do you think this was caused by poor quality materials, or was there another factor behind what happened here? Sometimes nature doesn't need a violent storm. Time and days of steady rain are enough to bring about dramatic change. If luck has a limit, I think this man used up a huge portion of it in just a few seconds. This will almost certainly become valuable training footage for firefighters in the future. Are you ready? Because the next few seconds might be one of the most unforgettable things you'll ever see. When the wind decides to join the game, the safest place is no longer outdoors, it's behind a solid door. In just a few seconds, Mother Earth turned everything that seemed solid into something that suddenly began to move. Learn earthquake safety skills today because you never know when the next tremor will strike. Would you agree that earthquakes are one of the few natural disasters that can occur with almost no warning? As extreme weather becomes more common, it's hard not to wonder whether the Earth is trying to tell us something. Have you ever witnessed a flash flood as powerful as this one? Oh my goodness. Just a few more steps and this story could have ended very differently. Rain doesn't just soak buildings. Sometimes it tests whether old walls are still strong enough to stand. A tornado swept through Tultén in southern Chile on Wednesday, August 17th, destroying at least 2 homes and several storage buildings.
Oh, la casa vecina. Yo la cagada, se cayó la casa.
Don't stand too close when Mother Nature begins her performance. Sometimes the safest place is simply farther away. On April 30th, a tornado tore through the Nonantola industrial area near Modena in northern Italy, causing damage estimated in the tens of millions of euros.
Oh, via, state lontani, oh. It doesn't hit the well. There it goes.
My car!
Do you think a garage is always the safest place to keep your car during a major storm?
I just got that on film.
The wind didn't just blow through, it stopped to redesign everything in its path. Some storms don't bring rain, yet they're still powerful enough to darken the sky and bring everyday life to a standstill.
Going. Oh.
A landslide occurs when soil, rock, or mud loses stability and slides downhill under the force of gravity.
Wow, that's a close call. Damn.
Just disappeared.
Yeah, right. There were climbers on there before.
What? No.
Yeah. That's a Cosmica red.
The most frightening thing about a landslide is the silence beforehand. Everything can look perfectly normal until the entire hillside suddenly starts to move. In just a few seconds, nature carved a massive scar across the mountainside, completely reshaping the landscape.
Mamma mia, è arrivata.
I can't help wondering whether this driver forgot one of the most important lessons about making a safe U-turn. I'd love to hear what automotive experts think was the real cause of this incident. I've always wondered what makes some drivers run a red light, knowing the risks can become real in an instant. Do you think proper protective gear should be considered essential for high-risk jobs like this? I think this employee deserves a raise. He made that glass door practically disappear. After that sprint, I think he's earned a spot in the next marathon. Many sinkholes don't form overnight. They develop over years as water slowly dissolves the rock beneath the ground. Never take any job lightly. One brief moment of inattention can lead to serious consequences. Not every storm brings rain. Sometimes the thing that darkens the sky is millions of wings beating at once.
года, село Чекулак. Вот что у нас творится. Да, похоже, трав... Он что-то пытается гонять, но я думаю... Толка от этого мало.
Today, this little stream got promoted to a checkpoint, and every visitor had to pass the river's test. Moments like this remind us that nature's greatest challenge isn't always the weather. Sometimes it's the daily struggle to survive.
Ooh. Wow. He's in the tree.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh. Wow.
At least 5 homes were destroyed, when a landslide struck one of the southern suburbs of La Paz on February 15th.
¡De los cables! ¡Cuidado los cables!
Thankfully, everyone inside the vehicle made it out safely.
May not need you for
Holy shit!
A powerful magnitude 7.3 earthquake struck Venezuela on Tuesday, August 21st, with aftershocks damaging buildings in neighboring Trinidad and Tobago. If there were a button to control nature, this would be the moment many people would want to press pause. Earthquakes don't come with a warning, which is why being prepared beforehand can make all the difference. Flash floods don't just carry water. They also sweep away trees, boulders, and everything else in their path, making them far more destructive. When floodwaters become nature's debt collector, the only thing we can do is respect their power.
Of course, Charlie, I bred that dog. Of course, that's one car. Of course, one car was
On November 22nd, heavy rainfall triggered severe flooding in the resort town of Montego Bay, Jamaica, damaging homes and vehicles. In the face of a powerful storm, even the strongest trees sometimes have no choice but to bow to nature. On July 16th, a powerful storm nearly tore down a plastic patio canopy at a sushi restaurant in Guadalajara, Mexico.
Oh my god! Oh my god, mommy! Oh my god, mommy!
That tarp seemed to put on its own performance today, with the wind becoming an uninvited dance partner. Maybe he needs a little more experience judging a building's fall direction, because this time the house had plans of its own. Take the time to inspect your gas equipment before something goes wrong, because safety always starts with the small things. If there were an award for the fastest reaction under pressure, he'd definitely be one of the winners. Speed is always waiting for one careless moment to turn an ordinary trip into an unpredictable emergency. I believe jobs like this are best left to trained professionals. It's the safer and wiser choice. One quick decision was all it took for him to completely change the ending of this story. Have you ever experienced something similar? Share your story in the comments. It almost seems like even death had to back down in the face of this vehicle's braking system. Dashcam footage captured a collision that occurred yesterday on Highway 401 westbound near Regional Road 25 in Milton, Ontario.
La 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 la. Whoa!
Heavy rain and quarrying can be a dangerous combination. One weakens the hillside while the other adds stress that makes landslides far more likely. That safe distance didn't just protect the people watching it, also gave them an incredible view of the Earth reshaping itself. If Mother Nature ever decided to lose weight, this might be her most dramatic workout yet. I've always believed earthquakes are among the most frightening natural disasters because they come from the one place we trust the most, the ground beneath our feet. Just a small movement deep beneath the earth is enough to remind us how fragile we are in the face of nature. A magnitude 7.0 earthquake can generate seismic waves that travel hundreds of miles, crossing multiple cities in just seconds. The floods surged in like an unstoppable monster, leaving people with nothing to do but watch helplessly as everything drifted away. Do you think that vehicle made it through safely? I'll reveal the answer in just a moment, and this time it's good news. Hail isn't just frozen rain, it can become a costly storm for vehicles, homes, and crops alike. Do you prefer the excitement of waiting for a fish to bite or the adrenaline rush of high-speed sports? I've always felt that flash floods are among the natural disasters that leave people with the least time to react. I don't know about you, but to me this felt more like an emotional fireworks show than a few simple flips. What about you? Do you have a loyal four-legged bodyguard like this at home?
galvenais palīgs no otras puses. Kārtīgāk notīri šeit arī vēl lūdzu.
The owner just gained a new driver and another reason to invest in comprehensive insurance. What would you do if you stepped outside and found a scene like this? Keep going or turn around immediately. As high-speed winds race over a roof, they create lower pressure above it, while the air pressure inside the house remains higher, generating enough lift to tear the roof away if the structure isn't strong enough. If nature were hiring someone to clean up a flash flood, would probably be the most efficient applicant. I'm curious, which state or country are you watching from? And are earthquakes common where you live? The most unsettling thing about an earthquake is how it turns the ground we trust beneath our feet into something completely unpredictable in an instant. Did you know a magnitude 7.0 earthquake releases about 32 times more energy than a magnitude 6.0 earthquake? Some footage doesn't need an explanation. One look is enough to understand who truly holds the power when nature takes over. Buckle up, because today's journey will take us through some of the most unbelievable moments ever caught on camera. Folding up your awning before strong winds arrive is far easier than repairing the damage after the storm has passed. Where you live, do people usually unplug electrical devices when thunderstorms roll in? What surprised me most wasn't the danger itself, it was the incredible calm shown by the people who were there. Storm season is when nature puts every tree to the test, and not every one of them passes. It seems every rainy season brings more extreme flooding. Do you think this is one of the signals our planet is sending us? If Mother Nature is having a bad day, I'd rather stay indoors and let her calm down first.
El huaico, corre, pues, oye. A la concha de su... ¡Serio!
Have you ever experienced extreme weather like this in real life?
A la concha de su madre. A la mierda, huevón. Uy, manga, huevón.
Watching scenes like this reminds me that nature always has a way of showing us who has the final say. Oh my goodness, that man seemed to be only inches away from tragedy. Slippery roads are one of Mother Nature's toughest tests for any driver. Safety doesn't take the fun away, it simply helps make sure everyone gets home. Maybe these workers could use a little more training in safe tree felling techniques. Holding a child's hand while crossing the street is one of the most important safety habits adults should never overlook. It seems Lady Luck skipped her coffee break today just to stand by that man's side. Watching that lane change, I can't help wondering if the driver skipped a few chapters of the driver's handbook. Part of an overpass along National Highway 312 in Wuxi, eastern China collapsed. Fortunately, no one was injured. One of the biggest misconceptions is that underinflated tires are safer. In your opinion, which natural disaster is the most unpredictable? Earthquakes, flash floods, or landslides? Some of nature's greatest beauty can only be fully appreciated when it's matched with respect for its incredible power. Where you live is clearing snow off the roof a regular part of winter. No classroom required today's sinkhole became one of the most memorable lessons you'll ever see about the power hidden beneath the ground. Watching this reminds us that what keeps a tree standing isn't just its roots, it's also the ground supporting them. If you worked in insurance claims and watched this clip, what would your first reaction be? It seems Mother Nature skipped cleaning one corner at a time and decided to give the entire neighborhood one giant deep clean instead. Never ignore warning signs like an overheating phone, a swollen battery, or a strange smell. They could be early signs of a serious problem. A properly installed gas system is one of a home's greatest conveniences, but carelessness can quickly turn it into the opposite. The best news after an explosion powerful enough to shake the neighborhood was that no one in the family was home at the time.
Yeah.
I think this man needs a crash course in crossing the street safely more than he needs another stroke of luck. High speeds and slippery roads are one of the most dangerous combinations, which is why slowing down is the best way to stay in control. Don't treat a red light like a challenge to beat the prize on the other side could be a collision. If you had been there, what do you think your first reaction would have been? No appointment is more important than making it home safely. Stop when the light turns red. Every intersection quietly asks drivers the same question, and slowing down is always the smartest answer. I honestly don't understand why some drivers still pull out without checking behind them, even though everyone knows how dangerous it can be. The road may belong to people, but every now and then nature likes to reserve it on its own schedule. I doubt the owner expected the first visitor inspecting the interior today to weigh a few hundred pounds. If you think every snake slithers the same way, this video is about to change your mind. When a flash flood turns violent, even vehicles weighing thousands of pounds become as helpless as leaves carried downstream. On Friday, September 2nd, a powerful and fast-moving storm damaged numerous homes in two neighborhoods of Bradenton, Florida.
Oh, it is. Look at it coming this way.
All it takes is one powerful gust for yesterday's shade tree to become today's hazard. I honestly can't understand what kept them outside when the wind had already become this dangerous.
Whoa!
Every bridge underpass is like a gateway that only opens for drivers who respect the height limit. Overconfidence usually comes at a price. One different step, and this story might have ended very differently. Today, luck seemed to be on her side. Roll call. What are you watching this on, a phone, a computer, a tablet, or a TV? If he doesn't relearn the rules for crossing the road, he may not be lucky enough to get another chance. Thankfully, no one was killed when hundreds of pounds of stored fireworks exploded inside a home in Washington state. In your opinion, who was actually at fault in this situation? Keeping a safe following distance gives you valuable extra time to react when something unexpected happens. If I were the police officer, that red light runner would definitely be getting the maximum citation allowed. Did the truck driver forget an important lesson about road safety before stopping so suddenly in the middle of the road? It's heart-stopping just to watch, but the best part is that the driver walked away safely. Floodwaters don't knock on the door. They simply erase the boundary and come rushing in like an uninvited guest. Floodwaters carried debris through the streets of Jackson, Kentucky during the deadly flooding that struck the area on July 28th. When everything around you is being overwhelmed by floodwater, unity often becomes the strongest thing people have left. Would you want to try hitting the golf balls the sky just made?
Good Lord. Oh, smack. Well, there went that.
On Sunday, March 23rd, golf ball-sized hail pounded Kerrville in south central Texas, damaging numerous homes.
Busted that out. Wow. I hope I still have a truck after this.
It seems Mother Nature decided to put an entire row of vehicles through a brutal hail resistance test today. Lightning doesn't strike at random, and the tallest objects in an area are often the first to be hit. Standing at nearly 1,150 feet tall, The Strat is the tallest structure in Las Vegas and is frequently struck by lightning during thunderstorm season. On Wednesday, May 29th, lightning struck the spire of One World Trade Center in New York City as a thunderstorm moved across the area. Behind the wheel, panic is the enemy of good decisions. It looks like he used up almost all of his luck in a moment when the margin for safety was only a few inches. Are you watching this video during the day, or is it already late at night where you are? Like a double-edged sword, natural gas provides incredible convenience, but it also demands careful handling. In your opinion, could this incident have been prevented? Check your vehicle's braking system regularly to help ensure every journey ends safely. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, no one was injured in this frightening incident. Don't wait until the wind starts howling to secure your belongings. By then, nature has already begun its performance. It seems Mother Nature decided to book every car an unexpected trip to the repair shop without asking first. If nature owned a giant washing machine, a tornado would probably be its most powerful spin cycle. In Whitehall on January 29th, a garbage collector narrowly escaped serious injury when an oxygen cylinder exploded inside a garbage truck after being improperly thrown into the trash. A house in Viña del Mar, Chile exploded on October 14th due to a natural gas leak. There are moments when curiosity should give way to safety, especially around a building that's on fire. A beachfront home collapsed into the surf as a powerful winter storm battered Buxton, North Carolina on Sunday, February 1st.
Another house. 2 guys. Holy moly. And then that house is about to go. Live footage. This house is about to fall on that, it feels like. Sorry, I gotta stop the video.
Start recording.
Perhaps the real problem didn't begin the moment the house collapsed. It had been quietly developing for a long time.
Yeah. And it fell on the power line, so be careful.
When Mother Nature steps onto the stage, we're no longer the audience, we're the ones who need to find the nearest exit. Pressing the accelerator instead of the brake is a far more common mistake than many people realize. Maybe this driver could use a few more practice sessions to make every turn a little smoother. Let your parking brake do the job it was designed for every time you step away from the wheel. After this moment, I doubt even standing on the sidewalk feels completely safe to those two men anymore. Escaping two accidents within just a few seconds, it's the kind of moment that leaves many people believing God was watching over him. No cape or superpowers required, this driver still pulled off an incredible rescue. After seeing that maneuver, I think quite a few people are wondering how she earned her driver's license. It almost feels like this car was trying to prove that no technology can replace an attentive driver. This incident is yet another reminder that speed has never been a trustworthy traveling companion. I've never understood why some people choose a risky U-turn instead of spending a few extra minutes reaching a safer place to turn around. Our eyes don't just help us enjoy the world, they're also our first line of defense against unexpected danger. A vehicle is only as safe as the driver's ability to control its speed. Looks like this guy just discovered the emergency exit designed exclusively for chickens. I'm starting to think this cat doesn't dislike its rival, it just can't stand that the rival is just as handsome. It's one of those rare moments where the meal is right in front of you, but a law of physics is standing in the way. I doubt the mirror expected to play the villain in a bear story today. This toll collector takes the job very seriously. No fee, no passage. To a bear, a tree trunk is like a public bulletin board where every claw mark tells a story.
took me 8 minutes. Holy shit. Oh shit. Oh my god. Well,
Maybe this wasn't just a wildlife encounter. It was also a reminder that wild animals are losing more of their natural habitat. This felt like a home invasion movie, except this time, Mother Nature was the director. Some greetings begin with a smile. This one began with a scream. I just hope our four-legged friend realized that not every argument is worth winning. Some fireworks displays are ones no one ever wants to see because they begin where flames should never exist. Incidents like these remind us that protective gear doesn't eliminate danger. It gives the people facing it a better chance of making it home safely. Where you live is clearing snow off the roof a regular part of every winter. When the sky decides to put on a concert, the best VIP seat is safely inside your home.
Those are some great shots out of the pool. Whoa.
Just looking at the churning lake and the towering sprays of water is enough to feel the full force of nature's fury today.
Yeah, stay away from the windows.
Severe thunderstorms accompanied by powerful winds and large hail swept across central Iowa on Friday, March 31st. From a distance, it looks like nothing more than a blanket of white snow. But inside is an enormous mass racing downhill with enough force to sweep away trees and buildings. Snow may look soft and harmless, but when millions of tons start moving together, everything can change in an instant. What's truly alarming is that about 90% of fatal avalanches are triggered by the very people standing on the slope.
Oh, the whole shoulder.
An average lightning bolt carries about 30,000 amps of electrical current, which helps explain why it's one of nature's most dangerous phenomena. It seems the ground decided to turn a familiar walkway into an unexpected ice rink today. Some customers come in to shop, and some come in to turn the entire store upside down. Today's storm didn't bother knocking, it found its own way straight into the apartment. I doubt the shop owner expected lunch to become a defensive wall against a wayward ball. Nature only needed a few seconds to change everything, but today luck was just a little faster. It almost looks like that runaway wheel was trying to blend into traffic as if it were a vehicle of its own. This has to be one of the heaviest displays of affection you'll ever see. It wasn't raw force that made this demolition so impressive. It was careful planning and remarkable precision. On March 5th, a crane being used for a power line project collapsed into Alsea Bay in Oregon.
What? Jesus Christ.
A warning sign that only appears after the driver sees the danger has probably come too late. If an earthquake struck right now, would you know exactly what to do during the first few critical seconds?
Holy. Oh,
Some forces don't need to appear in the sky. Waking beneath the ground is enough to shake an entire world.
holy. Oh,
Today's restaurant unexpectedly welcomed a guest from the sea, and unfortunately, the biggest bill ended up belonging to the owner. On Thursday, March 3rd, heavy rainfall triggered flash floods in the low mountain valleys of Fujairah, United Arab Emirates sweeping away homes and vehicles. The flood just upgraded that car into a boat, but it's probably the most expensive upgrade the owner has ever received. Every hailstone is like an icy projectile falling from the sky at tremendous speed, capable of causing serious damage to vehicles and buildings.
Some of the biggest hailstones I think I've seen.
It seems Mother Nature hit the change seasons button in Cordoba, and everything transformed in just a matter of minutes.
This is unbelievable.
I'm surprised the trampoline hasn't friggin' blown over.
Every ripple across the water seems to magnify just how small we are compared to the immense power of
Would I die if
nature.
I walked out there and got hit?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Perhaps the pilot will need a little more practice to make future landings even safer and more precise. In the middle of an emergency, it was the pilot's calmness that turned a high-risk landing into a safe outcome. A massive Danish rescue vessel battled towering waves during Storm Gorm on Sunday, November 30th, showcasing the incredible power of the sea. On Saturday, March 3rd, a container ship struck loading cranes at a port in Kocaeli, Turkey, toppling 3 cranes and causing extensive damage. Railroad crossing gates are not lowered to slow you down, but to help you continue your journey safely. Perhaps the best news after everything that happened is that the driver was safe. If there were heroes that day, I believe they were the people riding their bicycles on that road. Sometimes the greatest gift our eyes give us isn't a beautiful view. It's a few extra seconds to avoid disaster. Don't blink. While you're still watching the first incident, the second one is already unfolding in the background.
Is it gonna hit the bridge? It is. It is so gonna hit the bridge.
It may not look dangerous at first, but the powerful currents hidden beneath floodwaters are often far stronger than they appear.
Oh my God.
Here it comes.
Oh my God. Into places you've never.
Watch out!
On Thursday, September 18th, drivers tried but failed to save their vehicles from fast-moving mud flows in Oak Glen, California. Some of nature's greatest performances are best enjoyed from behind a sturdy door. Before a storm arrives, don't just stock up on food secure or bring inside anything that strong winds could turn into dangerous flying debris. The sky has begun its most violent symphony, and the smartest audience right now is the one watching safely from indoors. If you've ever wondered whether comprehensive insurance is worth it, this scene might be the clearest answer you'll ever get. A Tesla Model Y was among the many vehicles damaged during a devastating hailstorm that struck southern Bavaria in late August. A quick walk around your vehicle before driving off can be the only thing standing between you and an expensive insurance claim. I have a feeling sidewalk cafes have officially been crossed off this man's list of places to visit again. If this rider doesn't relearn how to cross the road safely, luck may not be there next time. Momentum never negotiates. The faster you go, the fewer chances you have to correct a mistake. Perhaps the first thing she should have done wasn't panic, it was turn off the engine. A great driver isn't judged on straight roads, but on how safely they handle every curve. Before stepping out of your vehicle, make sure the parking brake has fully taken over. Blind spots aren't painted on the pavement yet. They're among the most dangerous areas around any large truck. Sometimes the distance between safety and disaster is measured in a single inch, and today luck happened to be on his side. Where you live, do drivers pump their own gas or do attendants handle it for you? Storms don't create weaknesses, they reveal the ones that were already there. Have you ever witnessed a flash flood where you live? We'd love to hear your story in the comments. In Corsica, the flood reduced a full-size car to little more than a toy against the overwhelming force of nature.
C'est chaud bouillant là. Mon Dieu! Tu vas voir la moto? Qu'est-ce? Oui!
Flash floods remind us that the danger isn't just the amount of rain, it also depends on how the landscape and the ground respond to that water. Protection system can't stop lightning from striking, but it can determine where the electrical energy is safely directed. Tall structures act like natural gathering points for electric fields, making them more likely to be struck than nearby objects. On the evening of Tuesday, April 9th, a lightning strike ignited a power line, causing outages across downtown San Antonio, Texas. Lightning doesn't send personal warnings, so the smartest decision during a thunderstorm is to stay away from open areas. That dog's braking system clearly needed a much longer stopping distance. They planned to be spectators, and less than 2 seconds later became part of the show. It looks like the man handed the victory to the dog before the chase had even begun. If this were an audition, I'm pretty sure even the director would want to rewrite the script. Here's one beach rule worth remembering. Bring sunscreen and keep a close eye on your snacks too. What's the funniest or most unbelievable thing your pet has ever done? Tell us in the comments. The most valuable investment in this building may not be its roof or walls, but a reliable lightning protection system. When Mother Nature decides to join the fun at the beach, the smartest thing to do is step aside and let her have the stage. What do you think played the biggest role in preventing this tree's roots from growing deeper? The soil, the weather, or the surrounding environment?
I got it.
If Mother Nature owned a giant blender, a tornado would probably be its most powerful setting. Skill proves its true value only when everything starts slipping out of control, and this driver showed exactly what that looks like. Do you usually drive with your headlights on when traveling on the highway at night? If that trajectory had been off by just a little more, this probably wouldn't have been a lucky video anymore. Slippery roads don't require high speeds to cause a crash. Just enough loss of traction can change everything in an instant.
We're going 1947, we just had a... Ma'am, are you okay? Can you hear me? Yeah. Can you hear me?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the black car driver's reflexes? Winter isn't just dangerous because of snowstorms, it's also because of black ice, one of the hardest road hazards to see.
Everything good? 24 on 530, 19 County traffic 3211.
If Lady Luck kept a timesheet, she'd definitely be claiming overtime for this one. Have you ever encountered black ice while driving in winter? A paper-thin layer of ice is all it takes to turn an ordinary drive into a fight to regain control. Watching this, I feel like handing out a ticket to anyone who still thinks speed is a trustworthy companion.
Oh my God! Holy!
On January 16th, crews filmed a controlled avalanche cascading down the mountainside above the ski resort in Bad Austria. It seems winter wasn't interested in waving from a distance. Today, it wanted a face-to-face meeting with this man.
Wow. That's crazy. Oh. So, avalanche. It's into Lake Louise.
Today, this road doesn't belong to cars, it belongs to winter's most powerful visitor. An aerobatic pilot narrowly escaped death after making an emergency landing in the ocean off Guatemala on Sunday, September 14th. On June 22nd, helicopter landing beside a riverside restaurant in Clay, Michigan, suddenly tipped over after touching down. On Sunday, June 29th, a small airplane overturned after the pilot landed in a field in South Carolina. Fortunately, the pilot escaped without injury. Railroad warning signs aren't there for decoration. They're there to remind us of the incredible force of an oncoming train. Have you ever experienced a moment so unforgettable that it stayed with you ever since? Railroad tracks have never been the place to test your luck because one wrong decision can change everything in an instant. Don't wait until your vehicle speaks up with an expensive repair bill before giving it the attention it deserves. Crossing gates aren't there to slow you down. They're there to make sure you get to continue your journey safely. Nature doesn't always need storms or floods. Sometimes millions of locusts are enough to create a storm of their own. When you're face to face with the king of the savannah, I think the smartest seat is the one at home watching through a screen. If the night could open its eyes, this is probably what it would look like, dozens of glowing stars piercing through the darkness.
Oh my fucking god.
Coming up.
One call is all it takes for these ancient residents to appear as if they've memorized the dinner schedule for generations.
He's a big hog.
A massive flock of crows descended on the city of Tursunzoda, Tajikistan, near the border with Uzbekistan, causing concern among local residents. That was absolutely spectacular. Those two women probably learned an unforgettable winter lesson today. Always keep an eye on both the sky and the roof. It seems today's table enjoyed a very unusual outdoor meal with the appetizer delivered straight from the roof. Maybe today was luck's way of reminding us that leaving at exactly the right moment can be the greatest gift of all. A quick inspection today could prevent a wheel from setting off on its own adventure tomorrow. This is where geology steps out of the textbook and into real life as the ground suddenly reveals its power.
亮眼点塌了。
What are you watching this on right now? A phone, a computer, or a TV? It almost feels as if an invisible force grabbed the steering wheel and chose the car's direction instead. This wind is like a very unusual delivery driver. It just doesn't bother asking before dropping things off. No reservation, no menu. Yet this family was still served a surprise snow feast prepared by Mother Nature herself. Did this unexpected moment make you laugh too? Few people realize that many spiders travel by wind using fine strands of silk as tiny parachutes to escape danger, a behavior known as ballooning. On Saturday, April 18th, 2 deer burst into a restaurant in Florida, knocking over chairs, leaping across tables, and nearly injuring an employee. What surprised me most wasn't nature's living tank. It was how unbelievably calm this person remained. Once a symbol of connection, this bridge is now telling a very different story about how fragile our structures can be in the face of nature. A sudden landslide struck a mine in Erzincan province, Turkey on Tuesday, February 13th. Maybe this person wasn't just blessed with the perfect camera angle, but also with nerves of steel in the face of such a rare moment. When a dam can no longer hold back the water, it doesn't just release water, it releases the enormous energy stored behind it. That mountainside didn't just lose part of itself, it revealed the incredible forces hidden within our planet. Nature always finds a way to restore balance. Once a slope becomes unstable, gravity takes care of the rest. The frightening part is that many landslides spend hours or even days developing silently, only to happen in a matter of seconds. If the sky were a canvas, lightning would be nature's boldest brushstrokes. If cars could hold grudges, this would feel like a revenge plan, years in the making. Nature has a way of creating moments so unbelievable that you have to watch them twice just to make sure your eyes aren't playing tricks on you. If the sky could lose its today, it chose to change the color of the world instead of roaring with thunder. The sky looked completely occupied by an army of wings, leaving even the sunlight with nowhere to go. I'm curious, what country are you watching from today? Let us know in the comments. On Wednesday, February 12th, two large trucks narrowly avoided triggering a major chain reaction crash on Interstate 29 near Rockport, Missouri.
We're wrecking! Stop! Everybody stop! 116, we're wrecking!
Watch how experience and a calm mind made all the difference in just a few seconds. Do you think this was simply a moment of distraction, or did the driver fail to recognize the danger ahead in time? Don't let a few seconds of excitement cost you months or even years of consequences.
With these results, but there are some signs within the earnings that point to.
The moment your focus disappears, momentum is the first thing that takes control of your vehicle.
Sorry. I got the semi-stop at Take your time getting out, I'm not gonna hurry, okay?
As temperatures drop, every drive becomes a test of patience, skill, and good judgment.
Cleo, I haven't hit.
Road safety is a lesson everyone should keep learning, no matter their age.
That thing is so big.
Mother Nature didn't send invitations today. She simply put on a show that no one can look away from.
There we go. Wow. Look at this. Wow. Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, beautiful. Yes, please. Oh, what the?
Few people know that sheep are often used as natural lawnmowers, keeping weeds under control without machinery or chemicals. It looks just like an icebreaker cutting through frozen water, except today's Pathfinder happens to be one of the ocean's top predators. This is deliberate vandalism reported to the proper authorities immediately.
Okay, she's busy assaulting a mailbox right now.
The most dangerous thing about fresh ice isn't the cold, it's the false sense of security it creates. Today, the gate didn't just warn the driver, it decided to demonstrate the danger firsthand. Not every burst of fireworks marks the beginning of a celebration. Sometimes it's the start of an unexpected emergency. When not stored properly, a gas cylinder can become as dangerous as a ticking bomb. Fireworks may create spectacular displays, but during transport, they must be handled as highly flammable explosive cargo.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Oh!
Could this also be one of the many signs that climate change is having an increasingly visible impact on our planet? On Saturday, June 18th, powerful winds suddenly swept across the northern coast of France, blowing sand into the air and dramatically reducing visibility. Never let familiarity make you underestimate gasoline or other fuels. Their ability to ignite is something that always deserves respect. The scene looked like it came straight out of a disaster movie, but it was all too real in the suburbs of Indiana. No one expected the last guest of the evening to be an entire snow-covered roof. Just a few seconds between speed and a sharp curve are enough to prove that momentum is an opponent you can't negotiate with. A routine inspection is always far less expensive than letting your vehicle finish the story on its own. This is exactly why every structure must be carefully engineered right down to the smallest details. In your opinion, who bears the greatest responsibility in this situation? Homemade three-wheeled vehicles rarely provide the level of safety their appearance might suggest. No one expected an ordinary sneeze to unlock the secret feature of the chair next to them. This is a reminder that extreme weather doesn't just affect people. It can deform structures that once seemed rock solid. When was the last time you checked your wheel lug nuts? Don't let the answer come from watching a wheel roll away on its own. It's rare to see a theft where it feels like even the suspect was the last person to realize what was happening. Compressed air creates tremendous pressure inside a tire. When that pressure exceeds the tire's design limits, it can burst violently. Powerful winds don't just test building materials, they also test every engineering calculation behind the structure. A man in Fayetteville, North Carolina, narrowly escaped death on Sunday, January 16th, when an ice-covered tree branch crashed down in front of his home. On September 7th, a construction crane collapsed onto buildings in Halifax, Nova Scotia, as Hurricane Dorian approached the Canadian province. Spending a few seconds checking the weather could save you from hours of being stranded, slipping on ice, or facing unnecessary risks. This is proof that even snow can become part of one of nature's most powerful displays. What do you think could happen if snow is allowed to build up on a roof for too long? When winter shows its full force, ice is only part of the challenge. Near zero visibility is what makes every journey truly dangerous. Do you think this incident could have been avoided with proper load securement? Your vehicle should only move when you're behind the wheel, not after you've already walked away. It feels like the repair bill and the insurance claim are competing to see which one will be longer. Even Apple probably never imagined someone would test heat resistance quite like this. How would you rate this hilarious moment on a scale of 1 to 10? Flash floods can develop in a matter of minutes. If heavy rain or flash flood warnings are issued, leave streams, canyons, and low-lying areas as early as possible. After just one, flood roads in Arunachal Pradesh disappeared with homes and vehicles swept away by the raging water. Most earthquake injuries aren't caused by the shaking itself. They're caused by falling objects, shattered glass, and damaged buildings. Do you have any tips for staying safe during floods? Share them in the comments so everyone can learn from your experience. Some disasters are purely natural, while others seem to bear the fingerprints of human activity long before they unfold. If you ask me, the snow sitting on the roof is the guest that should leave first. Earthquakes are a reminder that the planet we live on has never truly been still. In Larissa, Greece, hanging clothes unexpectedly became an improvised seismograph as the earthquake sent waves through the area. If you think the ground beneath your feet is the one thing you can always trust, an earthquake can change that belief in an instant. It almost feels as if Mother Nature has sent someone to reclaim everything that once belonged to her. The higher an object reaches into the sky, the greater its chances of becoming a lightning strike target. This wind didn't just pass through, it came to rearrange everything in a way only nature could imagine. Sometimes nature isn't destroying anything. It is quietly reclaiming what humanity once borrowed from it. Do scenes like this keep you watching all the way to the very last second? I've always believed that black ice is one of winter's most unpredictable hazards. Powerful winds and heavy snowfall battered the suburbs of Detroit on December 29th as winter storms continued to sweep across the Great Lakes region. I doubt the highway ever expected to be promoted to a runway for an emergency landing. Rate this fish release from 1 to 10. I'm curious to see whether everyone gives it the same score. Mother Nature never negotiates. When the sea turns violent, the wisest decision is to stay on shore. Properly securing your cargo doesn't just protect what you're carrying, it also protects everyone traveling behind you. If I hadn't seen it with my own eyes, I would have thought an invisible driver was behind the wheel. Some lessons take only a few seconds to happen, but an entire paycheck to pay for afterward. Don't let that sturdy build fool you. This little guy can turn the backyard into a NASCAR track in just a few seconds. If beaches had security guards, this crab just earned Employee of the Month. Watching this makes me appreciate the invention of the power button more than ever. Nature never fails to amaze us, but it also reminds us that preparation and safety awareness are always worth having. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you again on our next adventure, exploring the incredible world around us.